right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is now 8:31, February 7th. So it's another week. And good morning, everyone. Who's out there? What's up? Good morning. Are you guys awake yet? All right. It's a Monday. And there's going to be a lot of movers this week. We got a lot of information going out there. Let's see if where the opportunities are this week. This week's going to be an amazing week. We still got a full earnings week this week. We have, what else? We have a couple of macroeconomics data coming out this week. CPI on Thursday, some Fed officials speaking on Wednesday. We have oil inventories on Wednesday. We have the bond auction on Wednesday. Good morning. Good morning, James. What's up? And Skates is barely okay. Well, good morning. All right. So let's see what's going down there. Let's see. All right. So right now the futures are kind of, Piton is being bought. There's Amazon. There's Apple, Nike's in the mix. So again, that might save Peloton. All right, so let's see where the futures are at right now. Futures, where's futures? Do we get the futures here somewhere? All right. Futures right now are sitting right at that. Well, let me see over here. Let's see Barron's. Just quick. These are a little delayed. The futures are now pretty positive, 1506. So that's a positive note. Oil's coming down. That's also positive. And the 10 years going up. Not so positive. VIX is climbing. All right. So let's go to it this week. So let me get rid of myself and let's go into this. Okay. So this week we have a full earnings week here. So let me go into my Twitter. I put up the announcements here so it's easier to find. There we go there. All right. So this week we have economic numbers here. So key things you have to look for. We have to look for Thursday CPI numbers. Okay. So don't know what it's going to be, but that is a market mover. It will probably move the market. It's going to be 8:30. Wednesday, we have big numbers coming out Wednesday at 12, the Fed, not Powell, but some of the Fed governors are going to start talking. And guess what they're going to start talking about what? The economic and policy outlook. Okay, so that could eventually move the markets. The market is looking for a signal of what they're going to do. All right, so and then we have Michigan sentiment on Friday. Also on Wednesday, we have oil inventories, and then we have the bond auction occurring. So we'll see how that also resonates with the markets. We also have a big earnings week this week. Okay, so we have a couple movers here. When we're looking at CMG for possible play, I'll know by today or tomorrow morning, definitely. But basically, I like CMG. They've been hit pretty hard, but and they're like everybody else, they're gonna have wage inflation or wage problems, right? Because they have to pay a lot more. But here's a positive. They've been slammed pretty hard, and number two, they also have pricing power, right? And what does that mean? So they basically are now charging you more for a burrito bowl. I think it's like $2 or whatever. Depends on where you are in the country, but you're paying more for a burrito bowl, right? So, and they have opportunity to grow, right? They can still grow throughout the country. So again, they have massive power in growth and also in pricing power. So those are the two positive for Chipotle. And they've been slammed pretty hard. So, again, the wage inflation, yes, they have that. But I think that positive, I'm going to see how it acts today. That could be an opportunity for Chipotle. We also have Pfizer. And I just was reading up on that. And that is apparently, just reading up on what type of company that was. That is a... I just had it. Okay, I have to get back. It's apparently some had to do with Bitcoin or something. That's what I read. I have to look it up where I lost it. All right, the other things we have to look at Peloton. Let's see if that can move also on the news that's coming into it. Interesting how it comes out before it announces earnings. We got Disney on Wednesday. You have Twilio. Now, Twilio is also a tracking, but what most people don't realize, they also trace people and track people. They were using it during COVID. to track people and so forth. So this is kind of like a very similar to Palantir. Okay, so they announced on Wednesday as well as Palantir, but it's not on here. We also have Affirm and Twitter on Thursday, Upwork Thursday, HubSpot Thursday, Friday. But again, so these are those ones we'll be looking at for and Tyson announced today is moving quite nicely. So let's just dive in to see what's moving. Again, so overall for the week, what are we looking at? We're looking at the XPX, NDX, and Russell. Okay, so if we're looking at it from this point of view, we realize that, again, the XPX came back down, came back all the way up. So key levels to watch is going to be 45.96 in this time frame, 45.96, and the bottom is going to be 42.22. Okay, those are the two time frames below the 50-day moving average. The dead cat bounce is working its way thoroughly. Now, my suspicion is that we're probably, these moves have been moving just on earnings. There has been nothing else about the inflation. That hasn't been fixed. Remember, these moves are just earnings plays. They just been moving on earnings. That's it. Nothing about the economy and the outlook yet. Okay, so that is still out there. So again, it's just kind of like they put the Band-Aid over it and they just now are playing the earnings play. Okay, so just realize that is still lingering in the background. So I think with that being said, that we're stuck in this range, right? And I talked about this at class yesterday, that we're probably looking at, what was it? I think I put it in here. We're looking at this range of 44.50 and then 44, 45, 30, 45, 40. Okay, so we're looking about, there we go. 45.40 and 44.50. So we're going to be stuck in this range. And I put it up there because I think that we're probably going to be stuck in this range for today, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think that there's going to be a big break, either up or down. I'm not sure yet, but that's why I put it up there. And there's either going to break. We're going to break either up or down. Now notice where the 200-day moving average is right there. So if we break down, we're probably going to retest those lows, and there'll be an opportunity there for the downside. If we break the upper, then we're probably going to hit up to that 50-day moving average around 46.21, 4600. So again, there'll be an opportunity there. When is the break going to happen? On my suspicion, I'm not 100% sure, but if I had to guess, it will probably happen Wednesday, Thursday. It'll be a great time for a break on those CPI numbers. Okay, so that's what I'm setting up as far as the information that's out there, watching the order flow, just looking at it from that perspective there. Okay, now momentum is still trying to go up, but it's a little bit weak. Now these are going to be delayed, right? Different than when our 15-minute time frame, because remember, these are dailies, okay, dailies. So in the 15-minute time frame, you have 15-minute candles. They move really quickly, so you're going to know the MACD moves a lot faster because it's in a shorter time frame. So again, this could start reversing, but we'll see. And we're looking at the shorter time frames for a clue. Now, as far as the NASDAQ tried to recover, and again, still below the 200-day moving average. That is alarming. Let's see if it can get above the 15,000, let's say 40, and then it has to break 15,204, and it has to go up to the 50-day moving average. It still can climb up. Let's see what happens there, and then I think it's probably going to be the same thing Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. But look for a clue for one of these to lead the markets. Remember, all these three go in unison, okay? Now, the Russell is the weakest one out of all of them, okay? Now, Russell has been declining. Now, again, let's see what happens. It's got 2050 on the high side. On the bottom, you got 1902. So let's see what happens here. It's kind of consolidating here. So let's see. Probably consolidating sideways. Maybe, again, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe break. We'll see. Okay, but still, we're kind of declining here still. Nothing really super bullish on these time frames. But it's a matter of a waiting game. As far as the VIX, the VIX, just kind of lingering today. Nothing, standing between 23 and 25. This is the measurement of fear. And what are we noticing here? Okay, so basically, we're still in a very volatile range. Now, as far as the VIX, if we climb 26, 27, my alert is there, then we're probably going to head a little bit lower. Now, if we break 29, then that means we're probably breaking that lower band on the XPX, okay? So that's why I have it there. if by chance we start breaking up higher, then we're probably going to break that 22. And then to really be bullish, we got to break 20. Okay, so that's why it's there. Now this, the 10-year note is climbing. So this is why there's going to be a bond auction on Wednesday. I don't foresee us going higher with this going, as far as, the 10-year note is going higher. That's going to put more pressure, make more money, more expensive. So I don't foresee tech. This is why the NASDAQ is a little weaker. I don't foresee tech going higher on this unless this can calm down a little bit. All right, as far as the XPX for today, and I talked about this in class, is we are in a beautiful moment. We're at 45.03, which is great. We're right at the 50-day on the 15-minute time frame. So a move is going to happen. We just don't know what direction yet. It's probably, we'll look at the MACDs, see at the open what's going to happen. So again, if you want to trade it, we'll probably have a move to 45.39, which is where the upper band is right there, or we can probably break a little lower to 44.50. So there is a trade on the shorter time frame. Now remember, I gave you the daily time frame, and we talked about this in class on Sunday. It really depends on perspective. That's why, like, when you talk to someone and you're talking about trading, you got to be like, sometimes you can say, hey, I'm bullish, I'm bearish, and they may have a contradictory opinion. But you both might be right. You're looking at it from different time frames, So again, we're looking at it from this time frame where is the opportunity and where they could lie. Okay, so right now we're just gonna sit in back and wait and let the market pick a direction for us. What else do we have on the 4 a.m. hour? I think we're above that right now. The 4 a.m. hour, I had it. Let me see. It was 40. It was 44. I think it was 4,000. I wrote it down. It was around 4,500. So that's gonna put us. We're right there. We're right there. We'll open up a little bit above it, right at that 50-day. So let's see what happens if we can get momentum to the high side. So far, Tyson came out with earnings. It's moving pretty positive. So let's go in and let's dive into that. Let's go into it. So right now, as far as the XPX. We're right at the zero on the hourlies. It's probably going to stay in this range. And what I mean by this range, we're probably going to stay in between there and there by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And those are the range that I'm going to be looking at, okay? We're at the 50, and that's going to be a nice indication for us to either get into a long or short position. Now, if we start breaking here low on the hourlies, then we're probably going to head a little lower. And this can probably be a signal to us that we're probably going to test the lower range, okay? If the MACDs hold this zero bounce right there, then we're probably going to go up to that upper range, and this is down the hourlies. Now, remember, give yourself a little more time. On the 15-minute time frame, this is going to give you a heads up to what this is going to do, and this is just going to consolidate and start breaking through, and this will tell you. So, again, there'll be a great opportunity this week for the XPX. Okay, so let me go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is moving again. So Bitcoin is right at that 50-day moving average. Remember, all paths lead back to the 50. We have strong MACDs, momentum strong. I saw a report. There was a congressman buying Bitcoin last week. Again, there was a SEC filing or something like that. You can look it up as well. I forget his name. But let's see if this can hold the 50. Now, what I would like to see is Bitcoin come back down, form a base, break through, and then retest and go. And then it could be a go for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin right now, it's a go, right? MACDs are pretty strong. Going up there, let's see if it can break zero. If these two lines break zero, then that is a bullish case for Bitcoin in a momentum trading system on the dailies, okay? As far as MicroStrategy, this is probably going to open up a little higher. As you can see, it's at 409. If Bitcoin starts breaking through, then a good play for you guys is MicroStrategy. Again, Bitcoin starts climbing, this is probably going to climb to 891. Right? If it starts going up here, this is going to climb too. So if you're looking for a play, here it is, guys. You see Bitcoin going, buy MicroStrategy. You can buy the stock. You can also buy, options. Just buy yourself 30 days out, maybe out of the money. These are going to print if Bitcoin goes up. There you go, because this thing can move about 300 points on Bitcoin if Bitcoin starts testing the highs. All right, Ethereum working its way higher. Again, not at the 50 yet. Let's see it come back and break, and let's see if it can do the same thing as Bitcoin. Again, so they're all working in unison. As far as the opportunities today, let's see. Okay, we have Google moving, and I'm going to talk about Google. So what I'm going to do right now, what I'm going to do, let's go into the levels here on Google. Google can move this morning. It looks, remember, had good earnings. Can it get follow through? Now, the day on Google on Friday, it was 28.98 or 3,000. If that gets taken out, guys, and we got fresh to the MACDs, Google can start running to key level, next level pre-market will probably be about 29.37. And then you have another level here of 29.93. Google can move based on those numbers. Now, here's the thing about Google. Google ran up on earnings, pulled back. Okay, so it pulled back for the next 3 days. It dropped pretty hard. It went up to about 3,000, whatever that was. It was about 30, 50, and then it pulled back all the way down to about 28.25. So it moved about 200 points down. Okay, so now, is Google going to break out? So this is equivalent to what's called the flag pattern. Is there going to be a continuation pattern starting this week? So we'll see. So this is the important part of that level of 28.97. If that gets taken out and this starts running, it can probably retest those levels up there. Now watch that 3,000 level, that 30.58. Pretty strong on the dailies, and I'm going to share that with you as well. Let me share that with you right now before I forget. Let's look at Google. And again, so this is why the importance of looking at multiple time frames. Again, this 3,000 level right in there, that's a pretty strong level on this multiple time frame. So again, if Google bounces here, it's going to go to those levels and watch it at that 3,000. Don't fall in love up there, lock in those gains. And Google's looking pretty good pre-market. Let's see if we can take that out, and it might be a mover. All right, as far as what else do we got? Amazon, same type of deal here. Amazon, great earnings, consolidating here. Key level to watch on Amazon is going to be, it's right at that 50. It can go either way, guys, either way. So Amazon, perfect setup. It can probably drop to about 30.12. Right now it's at 31.60. There's a little bit of consolidation at 30.68, but it can drop to 30.15. It got bought right at that level, okay? So, or it can go to about 32.28. 32.28, and then you also have 33. Okay, 33. Now on Amazon, if I show you this from a different perspective, you have, what else do we got? We have on the dailies. Notice where the 50-day moving average is on the dailies is around that 32.73. This is going to come back down. This is where they sold off. So just know that level on the dailies if you're going to start trading. But a lot of opportunity there. You got 32.24 and this level up here of 3,300. It's right in there, right at that 50. So just notice that that 50-day is going to serve as a barometer. Now, does Amazon have momentum, some juice? Yeah, on the daily, it has some juice. So if it breaks that level of 32.73, then it more likely is going to go. You have the 200-day moving average at that 33.70. Okay. So again, those are the levels to watch if you're looking at it from a daily perspective. From the 15-minute time frame, it's looking pretty juicy. It's setting up. It's winding up. I talked about this to the guys in my class yesterday, the power of the moving average. Look how they're all winding up. So a big move is coming up. I don't know in what direction yet, but a big move is coming. So right there, it's winding up, winding up, winding up. So if you're looking at this one, guys, put up some calls, put up some puts on your list and get ready. Okay, get ready. That's going to be a good opportunity. Tesla trying to move. There's a big beast number on Tesla. Tesla trying to move pre-market. 924 is right there. 935, and then there's a beast number on Tesla, and I'll show you what that looks like. So Tesla, remember, watch if it can hold that 924. If it doesn't, MACDs are looking a little weak here. It's probably going to consolidate in this area. But if 924 doesn't hold, it's probably going to go to that 918. 918 doesn't go, it's probably going to go down to that 884. 892, 884. So watch it at that level. Now I'm going to show you the beast number on Tesla. Tesla, beast number. beast. I'm going to show you on the 50-day. 936. So remember, this is going to be this 936 pretty hard. Okay, so if it takes that out, now there's a beast number at that 950. Now at 950, if it can take that out, it's going to rocket. It'll rocket to 1,000, or it'll sell off 50. Okay, that's a beast number. 950, beast number. If it can get up there, it's probably going to rocket. I don't know if it's going to get up there again, but that is a beast number, and it's probably going to hit up to the 50-day moving average. Okay, it's beast. The question is, I don't know what's going to happen up there. So how would you play this? Well, if you want to play this, you know that something big is going to happen at that number. You can right now buy some cheap options before it gets up there, or you can play to the downside, right? As it get up there, it's probably going to sell off, or is going to break through. It's a beast number. So watch it right there. But again, it looks like, it's trying to work his way through. MACD's right now is kind of, just lingering. All right. So couple of great plays, a great Monday. So ISRG coming out with good earnings, great company. Its partner, its competitor, MDT, came out with some news this week that it's undervalued, and I think this is probably going to help out ISRG in the long term. So let's look at ISRG. That's why it's on here. If you guys want me to look at anything, let me know. ISRG sold off pretty hard. Remember, this company was at 369, had a split, trying to recoup here, but again, key level to watch can be 296. As far as in the 15-minute time frame, let's see if this thing it's declining. It's got a little pullback, right? And it's declining. If it can get above that 288, right? It looks like it wants to run a little bit. Don't like it 100%, but it looks like it wants to run. Or is it going to pull back and set up? But 288 on the high side, and then you got 292, and then you got 295. Okay, if it breaks down, it's probably going to go down to 280. Right now, sitting at 287. So let's see. So that's one there. Chipotle. Let's look at Chipotle. Chipotle ran beautifully. Nice setup. For Friday. Last Friday. Let's see if it can run. Now, these guys have earnings. So this is what I mean. They're buying it before the earnings. So again, 1,300 cheap. Does somebody know something? They're buying it. This thing got sold off pretty hard. Pretty hard. If I just throw the Fibonacci's on here real quick, let me just show you. I'm just going to, it sold off pretty hard, guys. I mean, that's Fibonacci right there. So again, as far as a sell-off, man, this thing dropped about 33%. 33%. Okay, so again, watch it right there. I think that the bear trap is going to be around that 1523. That's when it'll pop, and it'll probably pop to that 1600. Now, it does have earnings again, so I'm going to be watching at the earnings play so you see what's going, but maybe those $1,600 calls would be a good play, because if it does come out with good, it's probably going to head up to that 1,600, right? Or maybe that 200-day moving average of 1,662. So that might be a play, and that'll be a lotto play. Pre-market looks weak. It's probably going to pull back a little bit. Let it pull back. Let it come back to that 1,466. This thing ran beautifully on I'm not getting the pre-market numbers here. All right, so this is out there. So not really getting anything here pre-market. Don't know why. I should be getting them. Don't know. But again, let the MACD set up and let it set up. Watch it around now 1463. If it can take out 1500, it's going to start running to 1521. And then they're buying it into earnings. Okay, so watch it pre-market for a direction. Okay, so now what do we got? We have Chipotle. So, all right, it's 855. I'm going to go a little faster here, and let's see. If you want a stock, I'm going to cover. I'm just going to see where the opportunities lie. Okay, so Goldman might be running, might be setting up. 365 can probably run maybe to 371. If it doesn't hold, it's probably going to go down to 358. Okay, Netflix. Sold off pretty hard. Don't know if this thing has staying power. Let's see. 415. Is Bill Ackman going to start taking this thing back up? Let's see. It's at the 50-day at 408. Okay. It can go either way. If it starts taking 415 out, it's probably going to head up to the highs of 431. And remember, we got this 462 pretty hard. If it starts going down, it's probably going to go to 396. Okay. Again, Roku. Again, now here's the thing about Roku. Roku came out with earnings last quarter, and they missed. They missed in their ad revenue. Okay, they have earnings here. So again, are they going to miss this year too? Because that's what took down Roku, right? So Roku is just consolidating. Don't know what that's going to happen if they're just holding it here before it sells off. But look at Roku from a daily perspective. Does not look good, guys. It looks like it could base, but it's all depending on earnings, right? And they missed on their ad revenue sales last quarter, right? Big time. They missed huge. And that's what drove the market back down. So again, if they miss, Roku can continue declining. So again, watch it. Everybody knows something, so watch it here. 161. It can go up to 171. If it starts declining at the 50-day, 157, it can probably come back down to 144. So this is a nice little play. The options will be somewhat cheap, but you can be looking for a play there. What else do I have? So I have Roku, NVIDIA, 246, pretty hard. Not looking at it right now. Mercado Libre, let it pull back. I'm not getting the pre-market numbers. Apple, okay, let's look at Apple. Apple right now, pulling back, 172. As long as Apple doesn't go below 170, we're okay. But if it goes below 170, then the XPX is probably going to pull back a little bit. So write that in there. And now it's kind of having an inside day so far, inside pre-market day. But we're going to watch it at 174 or 169. Again, we're at 170. Shopify, trying to run. Let's see if it can take out that 893. If it can take out 893, it's probably going to go to 916. Or is it going to pull back? Pre-market looks like it probably wants to pull back. Watch it around 865, and that could be a setup either up or down. Low side, 811. Okay. Trade Desk. We have Affirm and Upstart announcing earnings this week, so I would wait for a better setup. Let's see what happens there. Zoom getting hammered. Bookings, pre-market not looking good. ServiceNow. And Coinbase is starting to climb because Bitcoin is climbing. Okay, so that's a correlation there. Watch Bitcoin. Coinbase can buy. It's, again, another correlation with this and Bitcoin. Okay, as far as the, what else I got? I have, okay, so that's all I got right now. There is a few movers this week. TSN, which is Tyson, just going to put it out there. TSN have moved. Earnings were good. It went up to $95. I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but it's moving. It's probably going to pull back a little bit here at 95. Probably some profit takers at the open. Let's see how far back it can go. Okay, so let's look at the spiders because I know a lot of you guys are trading spiders. So spiders right now, again, same parameter. Open up at that 449. Pre-market that 4 a.m. hour, it's 448 on spiders. Okay, so on the dailies, again, same type of thing. It's got that 458 pretty hard on the bottom, 421. Let me move this to the hourlies because we already know what it looks like here. On the hourlies, again, right at that 50. So something big is about to happen. Let's see what happens. As pre-market's moving, watch it at that 451. That's pretty hard, guys. Pretty hard. And let's see if it can move. Now, that 4 a.m. hour is 448. If by chance, if we start taking that out, we're probably going to go bearish. But again, spiders going up there. What's going to hold that up there? So again, I think it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday. Spiders are looking pretty good. As far as IWM, which is Russell, IWM coming back down, can't get above the 50. So watch it at that 200. Very strong. Coming back up. And this is the hourlies. If it can go up to 200, it maybe drop. It can probably back drop to 194 from 200 if it starts pulling back. Remember, one of these is going to give you a direction. If by chance we break 200, that's a bullish scenario. It's probably going to go to that 201 or 204. So you roughly got about 4 points up or down right there. Now on Russell, again, 15-minute time frame, looking pretty positive. It's probably losing a little weakness right here. Probably wants to pull back a little bit right at that 50-day. It's setting up for something. Okay, numbers on the high side, 200. On the downside, we have this 194. 194. If it breaks at 200, it's probably going to go to that 201 and then 204 on top. Okay, so those numbers on, buy yourself some time if you're just starting out. On the Qs or the NASDAQ moves or the Qs, on the hourly, sitting right there, setting up, 360. If this turns around, especially with the TNX going higher, this turns around, this has 351 on the bottom, 351 on the bottom. If it starts breaking up, it can take out these headwinds, a lot of headwinds at 361 right there, but it can probably go up to this levels up here around 370, 372. Is that going to happen today? Don't know. There's a lot of, anything's possible. So I don't want to give my opinion. Remember, we want to remain open-minded for trading. Okay. It's good to have an opinion, to know which way the temperature is going, but we are going to be prepared with your umbrella, with your hat, with your coat, with your sweater, with shorts, whatever you have, a t-shirt, because either way it can go. But right now it is setting up. Okay. It's pulling back pre-market. Let's see what happens at that. 358, 360. But again, if it takes out 361, it's going to go probably to this level, 368. But it's setting up. It's setting up. If it starts taking out 358, it's probably going to come back down to these levels right here of 352, 350, somewhere in there. If it takes that out, then we're probably heading lower. Okay, if it takes those out, then we're probably going to head to these layers right here at 341, 337. Okay, so again, we have a lot of opportunities setting up for us this week. I gave you a whole bunch here. Okay, so what option I'm looking for, XPX or spiders? Right now, I'm going to be looking at, so if you're looking at this, I actually liking the QQQs a little bit better. It's setting up a little bit better. So if I was here, I'll probably be looking somewhere in this range of 352, maybe 354. So if it's at 359, maybe I'll look at 350, 355, 356, somewhere in there, maybe 357 a week out on the QQQs. If I'm looking for the high side, probably looking at 360, somewhere down the QQQs. As far as spiders, spider setting up. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to be looking at, it can go to 443. So I'm probably looking at the 446, 447, just slightly out of the money, and slightly out of the money here at 450, 452 on the call side. Because if that breaks through, that can go there, right? So again, that's for spiders that I'm looking at. As far as the IWMs, put your calls or your calls and your puts. Right now, IWM it's a little stronger. So IWM, you're probably looking at 200. Look at the 200s. Look at the 200 calls, and then coming back down, probably looking at that 197, 196, 195. Nothing lower than 195 in IWM. But let's put those on your list and watch them. As far as the XPX, these are going to be a little pricier. Again, but if you are going to be looking at XPX a week out, then you're probably going to be looking at, depends. Looking at 4,600 a week out, and then looking at the 4450s, somewhere in there, 4450s. 4,600. Those are the two calls and puts I'll be putting on my screen, watching those in that area. Now I have multiple calls and puts, watching those. So that's what it is right now. That's what we're looking for, and watching Tesla, because that could be a huge ripper if it gets up to that beast number. But that's what we got, guys. It's I think this week is going to be great. It's setting up beautifully. Yeah. Guys, so far this week's been set up beautifully. Let me get this thing. It's in the way. Right now, this week is setting up beautifully, guys. So, again, just be patient. I guys talked to you about, again, just pick 1, 2, put that on your screen, focus on that. It's not a gamble. Just look at those things. Watch the setups. They're coming. The setups are right there, right there. And remember, we have some new items that are going to move the market in one way, shape, or form. Look, it's good to have an opinion, right? But ultimately, what you want to do is have an open mind and let price dictate to you which way it's going. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to anything that's going to influence you. Look at the price action. Let the MACD show you the direction. If you're going to trade the 1 minute, just remember, the 1 minute, just it's very active. Stay calm, collected. Buy yourself some time. Or if you're just practice with it. I know I gave a great demonstration yesterday on the 1 minute. Just chill, wait. So far right now, Google's pulling back. I have Tesla pulling back. Okay, so again, we have some pretty big numbers on Tesla. 936 is big, and then that 950-ish area on Tesla is humongous. All right, guys, it is now 9:07. All right, thank you. You're very welcome. Yeah, no, exactly. You're on point. You're on point. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. Stay green, relax, get yourself ready. 9:07. Get your coffee, get your water, stretch. And, we'll see about lunch. Trading me. The markets have been moving. It's really difficult for me to go on trading me on lunch. But if I do have some time, I'll pop in, say hi, and kind of give you a brief things of what I'm looking at for any movements. They've been moving around lunch too. So watch the markets. I know when we talked this Sunday, a lot of the movers came at 12:30 on Friday, right? So, So again, they just been playing with the algos and the time frame. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. Take care. All right, Perry Williams, you're very, very welcome, guys. I want you guys all to be profitable. Stay green. Remember, don't overtrade. Just pick one or two. Spiders, Qs, IWN, XPX is setting up beautifully this week, guys. Let's make this week a profitable green week. Let's go get it. Relax. Give yourself some time and work with profits. All right, guys. I'll see you at lunch. All right, guys. All right, take care. Oh, and if you haven't done it, press that like, subscribe, share. Let's share this abundance. All right, guys. Stay green. Go out there. Go get it. Take care. Bye-bye.